This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous group.
Yo, what is up, 24/7 Buff Pandemonium? It is your host, Swank. We're here for Season 3, Episode 33 of the K-Gun Report. We're going to talk about the trade deadline stuff. We're going to talk about that Green Bay game a little bit, the upcoming game against the New Jersey Jets, and we got some super fans with us tonight, Mr. Bills Maverick and Mr. Bills Goose. I cannot wait to get into this. Here we go. Boop. And here we are, just like that. Can't believe it. Right to my left and right, we got the terrible twins, Scott and Jarrod Reed. Scott, how's it going tonight?
Hey, 6-1 mother truckers. Yep, we're on our way to play a division rival. Can't wait for it. The JETS suck. Cheers.
Jerry, is that how you feel, buddy?
I wish I had an opening like that, but of course, division game coming up. It's always exciting. 6-1. Right here, Bills Mafia, FLX Mafia in the house. Can't wait to talk football with these guys. Go Bills!
Oh, hell yeah. And down here below, we'll start with the Maverick himself, Mr. Bills Maverick. Can you tell us a little bit what you're about, what's your deal, what's going on?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, huge Buffalo Bills fans. We got into this about 2 months ago. We love doing this. Huge Top Gun fans too. Man, first of all, what an honor it is to be on your show. We love it. We watch you guys all the time. We're always commenting. So for Goose and I to come on here, thank you guys. We appreciate it.
Hell yeah, man. We're super stoked to have you guys on. We got a chance to meet both of you at the Rager, correct?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We had a great time. That was such a good time.
Yeah. Well, looking forward to this year, too. Goose, what do you got to say, buddy?
Yo! I am just catching up to you guys here, getting ready for a great show. Great week. Happy to be on the show and talk with you guys. Have a brew. Like Maverick said, we are fans of the show. We're new guys, so we look up to you guys. You guys paved the way. We're happy to be here and talk to you guys. Ready to talk some Bills and football and talk about that win we're going to get this weekend.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell
if you
yeah.
have not caught it yet, Flight School. When do you guys do your stream? You're twice a week, right?
We
Once a week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wednesday nights, 8 to 9. We'll have Bill's dad on tomorrow night. For those of you who want to tune in for the first time, we'll have a good time tomorrow night.
Oh, hell yeah. Bill's dad's a great dude. Yeah, go check it out. Go follow them on all the socials and check out that stream. It's a good time.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, absolutely. We're glad to have you guys here. We got some people in the comments, as per use, Mr. Greg Pfeiffer. We got Mr. Paul Rossi.
Hey,
Crash
Paul.
the Jets. No disrespect to the guests. We got Pat Howell, Ryan Vine, Mike V, Debbie Emerton. And if you notice, Scott is blanking out his screen with that sweet little Josh Allen jersey that he
Crucial catch jersey, guys. This is up for grabs. Leave a comment during the live show tonight, right now, as we're speaking. Don't forget to say something. If you do, you're entered on the Phantomonium Wheel of Destiny for your chance to win. This we'll spin that wheel next week for that winner for sure. Look at that.
So just leave a comment.
Sweet.
You're entered to win that jersey, man.
Yep,
Just
and this comes from July Smith. July Smith, K. Smith. You guys have heard of him? You've seen them all over the place. That's where these come from.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man, he does legit deals and hooks us up with some stuff to give away. He's a good guy.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
All right. We got so many things to talk about tonight, man. I think number one, we got to hit this trade deadline stuff. It was a crazy day. The trade deadline ended at 4 p.m. Everybody was chomping at the bit for the Bills to make a move. We watched KC get a wide receiver earlier in the, last week? Was it last week? I've been sick, man. I've been in a cloud, so. They got a Tony last week, I believe.
It was the 27th, so that was 3 days ago.
3 days ago, yeah. Well, I guess last week, whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. And then we watched the Dolphins make some big moves today, too. The Jets moving some pieces around. I don't think they got better. I think they lost an edge rusher, but that's okay. And
Jets.
everybody just waiting for Big Baller Bean. We want something. Prove to us that you're doing something. And they made some moves today, man, right at the deadline. So we had number one, we got Hines from the Indianapolis Colts. He was backing up Jonathan Taylor Thomas down there. Athletic, out of the backfield, kind of back. Kind of what we want James Cook to evolve into. So a little perplexing, but another playmaker around Josh Allen. So, Scott, what do you think about this move, man? Hit me up.
I thought it was a great move. I mean, we saw in the offseason them go after McKissick, and then they went after Duke Johnson, and they drafted James Cook. So I think they've been looking for this type of guy to bring in to help Josh Allen in this powerful offense. We saw Singletary run the ball effectively this week, but then they stopped it. And that should tell you exactly what they want this offense to be about. They were able to get rid of a Dable acquisition in Moss. I think that's something Dable wanted, and it didn't end up turning into what they wanted him to be. So fortunate enough, Moss is now playing for a team they'll probably see a few more reps in, and we got a 6th-round pick, and we all know what Dable can do, Bean can do with those draft picks. So pretty exciting. Oh, we actually got rid of the 6th-round pick.
Conditionally, right? Which I don't think the conditions have come out yet. I'm sure it's based on Hines' performance.
But Hines is a traditional receiver out of the backfield, and that's what we're looking for. Now we have depth there. Now we don't have to just rely on James Cook coming in. We have a second guy to jump in just in case.
I like it. Is there anything that stands out to you about this guy? Mav, you got anything?
You know, for him specifically, this is such a McDermott Bean. I almost called him McBean because as they call him on Geo.
I'll take a McBean with cheese.
Honestly, it's such a McBean thing to do to make this acquisition, just because they like to layer veterans with young players. Like they did it with Gabe Davis. They had John Brown, then they had Emmanuel Sanders, and they kind of let Gabe kind of hang out for a little bit, and he kind of sprinkled in every once in a while. Now you got the same kind of thing. Listen, you got Singletary, you got Hines now, and then Cook's going to kind of be on the periphery. Like I've been pounding the table for Cook all the time on our show. Huge fan of his. So glad to see Moss is gone at this point. Just never a fan of his. But that was the first thing I thought of when I saw that trade. The other thing too, the second thing that kind of stood out to me was, with the pass catching back that Hines is, it's really going to open up not only the offense, but lately a lot of teams have been spying Allen with either the safety or the middle linebacker. Not that the middle linebacker really keeps an eye on Allen, but now it's going to make it a lot harder for other teams to match up and play that way because you have to worry about Hines coming out of the backfield and making a play. So for those two reasons, I'm all on board for this. Those are just my 2 cents for that one.
Great 2 cents.
Yeah, man. Great point.
Decent.
I mean, this is what Bean does, right? Like, I was scouring Twitter while I was sitting there sipping my throat tea and BS this afternoon.
Is that beer?
Yeah.
Warm beer.
Well, in case anybody from work's watching, throat tea. No. Yeah, I mean, that was the one part about being sick that was cool. I could just sit there and refresh, and it was getting a little discouraging watching a lot of Bills fans coming in being like, "Come on, do something. What's going on? We need to make a move. All these teams are making moves that are Super Bowl contenders, and the Bills aren't." And it's like, man, you can hear that mantra and those buzzwords over and over, but seriously, like, trust the process, man. Like, what they ended up doing, not only with Hines, by getting rid of somebody who's been inactive for the last 3 or 4 weeks in Zach Moss, and not
the guy wasn't even dressing.
Yeah.
No, he's pointless.
Yeah,
Pointless.
Absolutely. So, like, getting rid of him, a conditional pick, which to me is like, this team is so stacked and so hard to make right now. Like, what is a 6th or 7th round pick going to do? I know that we have Benford that came out, diamond in the rough, great. But really, like, you could just have 4 picks, like 1 through 4 this next draft, and fine. And I bet you the 3rd rounder and the 4th rounder will be right on that edge because there's no room. They're too good. They're too stacked. So, I don't know. Goose, you got anything on Hines? Any
I agree with you. Maverick, I like the pickup. He's very much like Cook, I think. I'm a fan of Cook, and I'm a fan of Singletary. I want to see them get the reps. I think Singletary shined a little bit. Like you said, they kind of backed off of him in the second half of the game. Moss was doing nothing, and we picked up this guy for, change. So I think that's a good pickup. I'm a little worried about, Poyer being hurt and us not grabbing anything. I guess, I don't know. We picked up Marlowe. We had Marlowe.
Yeah. That's a good point. We'll let him go. But I think for me, I was pretty satisfied with that because it's like, he's a veteran and he's familiar with the system, right? And they gave up a 7th rounder again. So it's like, all right, you're still stacking at the position. I really don't think that Hamlin and Johnson have done a bad job when they've been called.
No,
but
I agree.
Definitely, like, I think Marlowe being there, being that little bit of a veteran presence. If Poyer can't go, why not, Jerry, what do you got?
Well, for Hines, if you look at his stats so far this year, he's keeping up with what he does regularly with the Colts. So getting him again, I think when Moss came to the Bills, we were all expecting this heavy running back to just get the short yardage, and that didn't really pan out to be what it was. What we found out was Singletary was able to lower his shoulder, and now if you guys haven't noticed the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, when Allen does that quarterback keeper, he has Mr. Gabe Davis pushing him from behind. So they found a little niche in there, and I love that. But
I think watch how you say that, I think.
Yeah, pushing. Okay, but no, I think it's a great pickup. And Swank, we mentioned it. Everybody, the five of us have been talking pretty much all day via Messenger, and it's been freaking sweet going back and forth. But the one thing I brought up when we did get Marlowe was, does this mean that Poyer is going to be out? And Swank brought up a good point. Poyer was not put on IR today. So that's promising. If they brought Marlowe in for that, that means probably they were going to put Poyer on the IR, but they're still trying to figure stuff out like that. But I thinking adding depth to that position is a good idea.
Have we heard anything about Poyer?
I heard he said that he felt a pop. That's why he had everything on there. But pop could be just a tendon going over the bone, or it could be just a slight separation or something like that can easily
47. I hear pop every time I move.
Exactly.
Every time I get up.
If I don't hear the pop, I'm panicking.
You're waiting for a bigger one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the lack of the IR is promising, I think.
The only thing I heard him say was that it wasn't the same injury. He knew it wasn't the same injury as what happened before. So I guess that's good news, promising. But they're waiting on the MRI, so we'll see. Knock on wood.
I'm hoping he's good to go.
That's the hope. We'll see.
The secondary looks different with him in there.
Yeah. What do you think of Marlowe for depth? Only because you have Jaquan Johnson's been playing a lot of special teams. So if he's going to be playing in the next, week or two, you can throw Marlowe in on special teams because he's been doing that every stop he's been, whether it was Detroit, Atlanta. So you throw him in there now, just another depth piece. Even if he's not going to be starting right away, I like him to that too, because if Jaquan plays extra of those special team snaps, gets hurt, now you're down another safety. So just for that standpoint, it's worth the 7th round pick.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, what were you going to get with that 7th round pick that was going to be better than Dino?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some guy that you can just plug and play. I don't think that he's brought in here to start. That's right. I want Johnson out there, I think, over him, right? Don't we all want him?
Yep.
I think so.
Get the young guys some more. He's showed promise. They both shown some good stuff. So, I don't know. I think everybody was kind of banging the boards for a safety, maybe some O-line depth, something like that, a playmaker. Bills Mafia was everywhere, man. Kamara and then Justin Judy and or Jerry Judy and all that stuff. It was going.
I saw
nuts.
him eating at Taco Bell on Abbott Road.
Yeah, dude. People were photoshopping Josh Jacobs at Wild Wings and stuff like that. It's nuts. But I don't know. I think overall we didn't overspend on anything.
I think they played it safe.
Yeah, and I think it's smart. You just at this point you're the number 1 team in the NFL in my eyes. I don't think
he used his bean. Beans.
Well, Swank, real quick. We're the 3rd-ranked offense and the 1st-ranked defense. If they didn't get anybody, I would have been happy. Yeah. It's just the way it is. We basically traded out and got a depth running back. If one of Cook or Singletary got hurt, then we'd have Moss, who was totally different than the running style. So we just secured that spot. And then obviously with the backup with Marlowe, knows the system, is a special teams ace. I think it all worked out. It all works out.
I mean, it all boils down to Bean is a genius. That's it.
Yep.
That's all it is.
Magic Bean.
Yes.
The Magic Bean.
Magic Bean. Yeah. Getting back to Hines, too. He's been going back. He can do kick returns, too. He's good at the kick returns. And I know it's going to be hard to see where he can be placed, if he's going to be active or inactive per week. And I see a comment in here, we should trade away Taiwan Jones. I don't think you want to trade away Taiwan Jones after watching this weekend's special teams escapade. You know what I mean? They had one long return this past weekend, but everything else was tackled inside the 20-yard line. Yep. If they down the ball in the end zone, it's a 25-yard line. And Bass is putting it up in the air where they have to catch it and take it out, and the special teams is stopping them. So our special team aces we need to keep. So Taiwan Jones is one of those guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like Taiwan Jones.
Big leader.
He's got a role to play on the team. He does a great job with what he does. I love that guy.
He's just there. There comes this rotation with thoughts on different guys that are getting older that have been here for a long time. A guy like Taiwan Jones, people are like, well, you're wasting a roster spot on him. And I'm like, every year that he's here, he's an amazing special teamer still. He hasn't been worn out by having to be a premier back, so he still has his legs underneath him. And you can tell, in the locker room, man, he's a guy that's getting people to get stoked, get rallied around, showing them how to be.
Oh, yeah.
for what he is, and that matters. That's a big difference. So I like him right where he is. He doesn't have to go anywhere.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
The other big news of the day, Trey White officially on the 53-man roster. He's been called up. We don't know if he's going to play this week. I think this looks good for him to play this week. But, I mean, I think that's the best trade deadline news of the day.
Sprinkle him in.
That's what I think. And there was some talk about moving positions. Right, for him, I'd sprinkle him in there as needed. Let him get his feet wet back out there. I want Trey in December, in January. So use him sparingly while we have those other guys that are doing a great job anyway, right?
Yep.
For sure. I mean, I think you got to think about him like OBJ, right? All these people that are, ringing the bell for OBJ, you're not going to get him till December. Think of Trey working his way back in on one of the best defenses in the league like that. When he's back and he's healthy, this is going to be a completely different defense, which is insane to me because they're already a shutdown defense.
Yeah, scary. They're a scary defense for sure. With Trey back, it's going to be nice. I'm excited to have him back. So last week he's back. Put him in. No, don't put him in. This week he's back. Put him in. No, don't put him in. Don't put him in.
Oh, that was like one of my bold predictions. I was like, he's going to be back in, man. He's going to get a pick and like whatever. And then he wasn't activated, and I was like, that's okay.
Yeah. He's coming.
Yeah.
We know what we have. Keep the Ferrari in the garage for a little while.
So keeping the Ferrari in the garage, that New Jersey Jet Stadium is notorious for blowing out people's knees with non-contact injuries. You think that would play a factor? I mean, there hasn't been any stats or anything looking into it, but we know OBJ blew his knee there, right? And we know, so there's been plenty of players have gotten injuries on these non-contact stuff. So maybe we just keep them out one more week against the Jets.
Is that a fact? That's a crazy fact.
I heard that.
Awesome.
I heard that on WGR 550 about 3 hours ago.
He's out. Keep him out.
For Cup talk about everyone needs like real grass and all that stuff now, so that probably like plays into that one. That's coming up.
Yeah. Well, that's what they say. Like the new stadium's gonna have grass.
Yep, so I heard our new stadium is.
I'm all about it. It's better than back in the 90s when they had that like cement board painted green.
Yep.
They had cement board and then the Brady Bunch turf.
Yeah, real men played football.
Yeah.
Rub some dirt.
Missing teeth. How the hell were they missing teeth with a helmet on? How do you get your teeth knocked out?
They were drinking and smoking at halftime.
Yeah, that's what it was. Tripping with a bottle in the mouth.
And dental ain't what it was back then, let me tell you.
Yeah.
The good old
Different
days is what we call them.
There was no tent on the side of the field they weren't going into for a boo-boo. That's for sure. You see the DK Metcalf, right? He got carted off to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know how often I need that?
You get the walking
I'm
farts.
right there with you.
it's an explosive situation, Goose. You don't want to know what's going on there.
Man, get an Uber to the bathroom. That's how you know you've made it.
Man, I'm sure there's a long list of Bills fans in the stadium that wish they had that service at one point or another.
Yeah, just an open bathroom.
Yeah, just a trough.
Yeah,
They had the front
what it used to
trough,
be.
you need the back trough.
Just put a hole in the seats.
Yeah. Some fans probably do.
Yeah. Well, this is taking a great turn.
Some would say a shitty turn.
All right. Let's see here. Rob Mullen says the word from a few podcasts this afternoon is that Frazier intends to use Trey sparingly in rotation, similar to how we sub the defensive line. I like that idea, man.
Frazier's listening to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
He's just tapping in. No big deal.
Good move.
I say you keep Dane Jackson in there as the starting number 2. He's doing a hell of a job this year. Keep him there. Yeah, and sprinkle. We saw Benford and Elam switching in and out last week against the Packers. Do the same thing with Trey White.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, there you go. But I still want that all-pro corner out there as much as
Yeah,
it can possibly be.
You just want to see him out there.
Yeah,
Let him get a pick and then pull him.
perfect. It's like you've done your job, little buddy. Have a seat.
Yeah.
He'll get one against the MILF Hunter this week. He throws interceptions all the time.
What'd you call him?
The
MILF Hunter.
MILF Hunter.
Yeah, dude.
Nice.
Eyeballing
You see
opponents'
the
moms.
Jersey? They got the MILF Hunter jerseys out at the stadium.
That's awesome.
The new Fitz Magic. Remember it back in the day before that nickname kind of caught on?
Yeah.
Fitz Magic jerseys. So now he's got the MILF Hunter jerseys everywhere you go now. It's ridiculous.
Oh boy.
Man.
I mean, good for him, man. He's got to have something good in his career.
Yeah.
Dude, those last couple picks he threw, it was weird. It was a weird event, that Jets-Patriots game, because I wasn't really rooting for anyone, you know?
It's hard to. I fucking hate you both.
Exactly.
I wish you could both lose.
That's what I'm saying. A
If
tie.
that's possible, make it happen. All right? If there is a God, make them both lose. Nobody wants to see either of them win any fucking game. So, boom, lose.
Well, that's it. You've seen the Patriots win. Not with the rotten bag of milk that they got back there for a quarterback. But, you know, I was just rooting for records. That's all I was rooting for.
That's it. That's all. Yeah, that's it.
Knock them down a peg, give us some separation, whatever.
Yep.
But, man.
You know, and then, you think they think about that when they play each other? And everybody hates us.
You got a suicide hotline in the locker room.
They probably say, this is bullshit. Everybody hates us. Nobody cares who wins.
Just scuffing their cleats on the floor, looking down at their
Poor
feet.
guys.
Bill's Wonder Woman, Nicole Martin, is saying Goose is hostile tonight. LOL.
He's coming in hot tonight.
I told you just walk.
He missed cake.
I was just going to say, you missed his cake. That's why.
I didn't get this physique drinking water. It's a cake body. I'm not violent, Nicole. But F the Jets and F the Patriots. All right.
There you go.
You got one more to say. Throw them
Definitely
in there.
fuck the Dolphins.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's not F. That's fuck the Dolphins.
All right, guys. I'll beep that out later.
Now you good. So again, if you're watching first time, long time, whatever, we are giving away this Crucial Catch alternate Josh Allen jersey. There's no signature, so just to clarify things, it is a dope jersey though. You can wear it wherever you want to be.
What size is that?
Large.
You got it, dude. It's a belly jersey.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Like, to fit into that. Come on.
Sleeves would have to come off for sure.
You know, we give away the autograph stuff a lot. It's about time we gave something that somebody can actually wear around, so that's pretty cool.
That's nice. That's awesome jersey.
So big up to our friend Mr. Smith for giving that out. And check out his stuff. He does a bunch of cool deals. He's always posting in the group and on the page at 24/7 Buff Pandemonium Group.
Yep.
So
Does he have a page?
yeah, well, he's got a personal page, right?
Gotcha.
I think you got to contact him. But
Mr. Smith?
Mr. Smith, what is it now? July
July. Yep.
July Smith, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So there was a game. There was a game last Sunday night. The Buffalo Bills took on Aaron Rodgers. and
Cheesehead.
a bunch of no-name wide receivers, except for Sammy Watkins was there, everybody. So that
Was he?
cool. Still doing the same stuff he was doing when he was here, I think.
He was getting his hamstring tended to the whole game.
Yeah, we had one catch, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It's a good one.
Sammy Watkins.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's the tale of two halves. The Bills became the victors at the end, and it was a great thing to see Aaron Rodgers. Oh, Jarrod, nice, dude. Just let him sub in for you.
Oh, you guess.
Shut up, Bobby. We won this game. The tale of two halves. The old regime. Ugh, my nose is like, fuck. The old regime versus the new regime. And it was a win. It wasn't the prettiest, but another W in the column. What did we take away from this game, fellas? I'm going to start with our guests down here. We heard a little bit from Goose. What you got on this, Maverick?
You know, it was a weird game because do you want to talk about the run defense? Not really, only because like the game was out of hand. They weren't really in a hurry up offense. They kind of bled their own clock out. I'm not as worried about the run defense as a lot of other people were when just like listening to other talk shows and other things. To me, the biggest takeaway was I love the amount of pressure we got on Aaron Rodgers the whole game. I mean, he couldn't throw the ball. On our show the week before, we kind of previewed this game. We talked about how we shouldn't be that worried about this game because Green Bay's wide receivers have the third worst separation rate. And you saw that. Third worst separation rate against terrible defenses that they played. They're not playing Benford. They're not playing, Dane Jackson, all those other guys. These are all the clown defenses they played. And, I thought we held our own. We did awesome. I mean, Aaron Rodgers had nowhere to throw the ball to, as predicted. We won. We didn't cover, though, which sucks. But
half a point.
Most of us,
5?
Yeah, I know. Man, some of those decisions at the end, you're yelling at the TV. For those of us that were gambling on that game. But, yeah, other than that, I mean, they held their own. They did awesome. Kudos. Move on to the next one.
That's it. Jerry, what do you think about this game, buddy?
Yeah, to tag on that running game. If you don't know Leslie Frazier defense, usually he tries to shut down one part of the game and makes you beat him with the other. And I feel like they were trying to shut down Aaron Rodgers, even though he didn't have the top end receivers that you all see, in the past. But they made him throw those touchdown passes that he threw had to be on the money, and that MVP Rodgers hit those passes right where they needed to. I think the Bills defense, Leslie Frazier, let that running game do what it had to do, again, to slow the clock game down, like Bills Maverick said. But I think that was the key of the game. Let them run the ball. Let them run the ball. And if you go back to 1990, that's what Bill Belichick did with the Giants. He let Thurman Thomas run all over them until it was time to stop him. And that's how they, he missed a field goal at the end. But that's what it came down to. I can't believe I brought that up. Sorry, guys. But no, it was a weird game. I think the whole beginning of the game with the whole tunnel confrontation between Diggs and the other guy was something that started
a little. Alexander.
Yeah, the Bills got ahead. They were up 24-10 or whatever it was. But I think that kind of lasted a little bit too long because I think Allen was still trying to just put the nail in the coffin the whole game with Diggs. And that's why those two interceptions happened. Because I think he was still trying to just be not too big, but carry on that aggression. And hopefully they learn from that and they finish off the rest of the season in control. But I think that game got a little bit away from Allen in that point.
I think rolling on that point, man, that's absolutely what I saw. I think the argument between Jair and Stephon in the beginning, they have a long history, which it was kind of a surprise, like, side story of the game that I had no idea about. But once you start thinking about it, you're like, well, this dude's from Green Bay. He was in Minnesota. They've had to have matched up. And it was entertaining at first where I was like, oh, man, like, what's the worst thing you want to do? Which, heading into this Jets game, we'll talk about this a little bit too. But what's the worst thing you want to do to Stephon Diggs before a game? Give him another reason to just go completely apeshit on you? Like, I don't know. I don't understand people's mindsets. I think where it helped the Packers D a little bit is, again, in that second half. Josh Allen is like one of those dudes that for all of the reasons why we love him, he's got a huge heart and he wants to prove you wrong. He wants to run it down your throat. He wants to hit you out of bounds. He wants to hurdle you. He wants to prove the point. He loves the storyline. He's a big movie guy. And I think part of the storyline for this game, you saw Gabe getting into it, you saw Isaiah getting into it, all that stuff. Part of that through line was, I'm going to make Jair Alexander look like a complete piece of shit. Like, that's what he wanted to do, I think. And in the second half, it really showed. And it kind of got him forcing balls. We got a little bit of a look back in time at, like, season 2, Josh Allen, that was maybe trying to push and make things happen that didn't quite need to happen. Luckily, now he's so good that he did all the work on the front end. But there were some decisions there that I think were made purposely to try and make Jair Alexander look bad. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
That's where I was going. Yeah. Exactly where I was going.
Hell yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And interesting stat is Jair Alexander faced Davis 62% of the snaps. So he actually covered Davis more than he did Diggs. and we all know what kind of game Diggs had. A lot of catches, over 100 yards receiving in the touchdown. So I'd say in that argument, Diggs won his end, and I think that Jair did a good job against Davis. So they both proved that they were both all pros.
Sure, but Jair's an asshole.
He is an asshole. And did you see his interview? Bro,
Yeah.
How about put the bong down right before you do that interview? Okay, you open your eyes just a hair before you slam one of the top receivers in the league.
Goose, did you?
Bro, you didn't win. You didn't win it. You didn't win the battle. You didn't win the game. You lose. Good day.
Lahu Zahur.
You lost, bro. You didn't. I mean, you know what? He was good, but he didn't cover him, and I think he didn't win that battle. I agree with Swank. You know, Josh wants to be the hero. You know, and I want him to be. I want him to run and jump, I don't want him to jump as much as he does. But I think he was trying to help Diggs out and as much as he could. And sometimes it doesn't work. That's a big deal. I don't look at him any differently. He's still, it's still Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, we won the game. I think they took the foot off the gas a little bit in that second half. But Josh is going to throw some picks. He's got to try and get it out there. You know, he's got to try and get it in his receiver's hands.
I think
keep going, keep throwing it.
Yeah, it's going to come along with it, right? Like you're saying. Like I remember people saying that about like Brett Favre for his whole career. It's like if you want to be a gunslinger, like you got to expect that
you got to sling it.
You're going to sling it. You're going to get picked off. The thing with Josh Allen is in his evolution, at least he's matured enough to know the difference of where he is in a game and what's on the line, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to think, and I think the accountability after the game to say like, we left a lot out there. That wasn't the kind of ball that we like to play. I got a bad taste in my mouth, all that kind of stuff. That's like proof that going forward, he knows he can't let himself get hyped into those kind of situations. They got to calm him down. I think one of the best plays of that game was after Stephon scored that touchdown and 29 body slam, whipped him out of the back of the end zone, which should have been a foul probably. And he went after him, and you got Gabe and Isaiah being like,
so good.
We know him so well that we got to get him the hell away from this dude, or else it's going to be a fight and an ejection and a penalty. And that's what they were trying to do, bait him all night.
Yep.
Had to, right? That's the only way they're going to get any, leverage.
So they think.
Yeah.
So
you could tell at the interview after the game that Allen was disappointed. You got a 10-point win. You got a 2-score win. And I know a lot of Bills fans are questioning what went wrong. We won 27-17. We're used to dominating a game from start to finish and having that confidence.
Isn't that crazy?
This is kind of a shock to us, right? That 10-point
win. We only won by 10 points.
Right.
Dude.
So Allen was disappointed at the end. I think he's going to pull it together.
It's funny because I talk about like how or we talk all the time about like how people forget, man. Like forget where we were. Like think about like 7 years ago. If you beat a team by 10, you're like, we smoked them, dude.
Right.
I don't care if you threw 8 picks. Like we beat your ass. Like now it's like it really is though. Like when you watch their offense, they should have put 50 up on them.
I just watched a clip they had of Sammy Watkins the other day. I wake up at like 5:30 in the morning on Saturday and Sunday before my kids and wife wake up, so I can watch like as much football crap on TV before anybody's awake. So I'm watching this special, and they're talking about Sammy. You know, years ago, the Buffalo Bills, we had Sammy Watkins and Tyrod Taylor, and I'm thinking, holy shit. Thank you, man. Thank you. What a cluster that was. I mean, just what a world of difference between where we were and where we are. You know, and how many years ago was that? You know, 5 years ago.
5,
Yeah,
6.
Yeah, McDermott's the one that got rid of him. So.
Yeah, I got pictures of Carson with Sammy Watkins and Tyrod that I packed away. You know, he can look at those when he's older, and we don't talk about those guys.
What the hell are these guys?
They're rookies.
Really quick, Nicole Martin, how do you feel about the push on the sideline equaling the ejection?
It's warranted.
Sure, you can't put your hands on anybody like that. What if that was McDermott? if he would have touched Sean McDermott like that, he would have got his ass kicked all over the sideline, and then what the game would have turned into a cluster. You can't
By
you can't
McDermott,
put
by the
your
way.
hands on anybody like that.
Yeah,
Can you
McDermott.
imagine
What's
the
that?
amount? Can you imagine if he hit McDermott? Like what would have went down? It would have been chaos.
Jordan
Bill
Phillips
Russell would have been putting him in a pin right there.
Shaq Lawson.
What player do you think is coming to his aid? I think Jordan Phillips. I'm going to go. You want to be in an alley with Jordan Phillips? Look at that guy. Do you see something?
No, dude. He's like a wrecking ball. His shoulder tackles, like that one that he laid the wood on that dude. And I was like, he doesn't even care about cleaning him up because he knows he doesn't have to.
After he laid that guy out, I immediately thought, bro, that guy's mom is going to see that.
Dude, both those hits were off hustle plays. I mean, the run had gone by him, and he was hustling downfield, was able to take advantage of somebody trying to cut it back, and just laid the hammer, man. Yeah, you're right. Poor kid's mom just saw him get murdered right on the football field.
That'll wake you up.
When you saw that ejection after I messaged the guys and I was like, God, I wonder what the coaching staff did on the sideline to get that. And then they showed the replay. Nicole, if you go back and watch the replay, the play happened out of bounds. The individual who's, I think, a practice squad guy actually was helping him up.
He was a coach.
And then, the coach was helping him up. And then he turned around and pushed him. So our guys, and I was afraid they did something. I didn't do anything to deserve that. And that's why the ejection. That's why it was reviewed by New York. New York's the one that called in and got him out of the game.
Yep.
That team is so just discombobulated, and you can tell by the Jair interview at the end. It's all about the individual. Yep. There is no team element to that team.
Their cornerback is dropping LSD in the woods during the off season. They got issues, bro. They need help.
Last week too on the show.
I know, bro. We talked about it, and he came out just like he came. He came out full zen.
This is like not the football, like the NFL that we grew up with. You know,
it's crazy this year.
Like a huge quarterback can just go on a podcast or a live stream and be like, "Yeah, dude, I tripped on a bunch of mushrooms and it changed my whole perspective." And and it's like, I bet you there's a bunch of people in Green Bay being like, "Can you take that shit back now?"
I know, right? Yeah.
Can
they
you
have
get your
an
old
antidote
perspective
for
back?
those mushrooms?
All right, we better move on here. This is gonna be an overtime night.
Overtime.
So yes, we beat the Green Bay Packers, 27-17. It was a real nail biter there at the end, but pretty comfortable win. Going into next week, we are visiting the New Jersey Jets down
That's
at
right, Jersey,
wherever the hell stupid stadium their name is. And the one thing that really gets me about this game is that when Sauce was drafted, I was like, huge. That was the dude I wanted. Sauce guy. Like, they can make moves, they can get up there, they can get them. And wouldn't it be crazy to have Sauce and Trey just like shutting down offenses? And then, like, literally one of the first interviews that he had, he talked about looking forward to shutting down Stephon Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
So relating back to what I was saying earlier about Jair, like, what's the worst thing you want to do to Stephon Diggs before a game? This rookie is coming in here. And I know he's had a good game, like a good start to his career, but
I'll be looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm seeing another 100+ and a TD just to spite him.
Oh, yeah. I hope he goes. I refuse to call him Sauce because he just plays a bunch of backup quarterbacks who can't get the ball to the receiver, and he, calls him. I know his nickname was Sauce Gardner back in the day, but come on, man. We'll see how he does against Allen. Let's see what.
Oh God, I just want him to set that place on fire. It's going to be so great.
Yeah,
Scott,
the New York. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Go ahead, Jerry.
Oh, I was going to say the New York Jets and their cornerbacks with nicknames, their Buffalo Bills seem to have good days against them. Stevie Johnson, one of our favorites, always had a good game against Revis Island. So maybe this is the next one, Diggs versus Sauce, and maybe Dirty Diggs there can break him.
Diggs.
Well, you just gave Diggs a nickname now, so what's that mean?
Notorious DIGGS, Notorious Diggs.
Oh.
I don't know. We can do a lot of nicknames.
You just did the Inception, bro. I don't know what happened.
Where am I? What's going on?
I hope Diggs hides his like signature sauce in the end zone and then it out like right.
Theo.
I'll take the 15-yard penalty. I think that would be awesome.
And it would be warranted. I mean, the guy called him out before he even had one practice with an NFL football team. So, and who knows what Salah's going to have honed in with his stellar. I mean, he does have a really good defense. So who knows if he's going to put Sauce on Diggs or if he's going to have Sauce just play the one side of the field the whole game like a lot of these defenses are doing. But I mean, it's warranted. You call him out before the games are even played. Of course, you have a little bit of ammo for when you score a touchdown. Throw some sauce on it.
Dude, if he covers a football in barbecue sauce and punts it into the freaking,
I love it.
Oh,
bringing it, go get his own.
Too bad we got the Bills Kid video already planned out for this week. I'd be adding some sauce into it for sure.
I was like, Diggs has his own sauce, so that'd be awesome if he did that.
Hell yeah. So offensively, going into this game, and Scott, I'll throw it to you here. What are you looking for out of this Bills offense going down to Jersey this weekend?
It's a tough defense. So I think this might be their toughest matchup defensively. Salah went ahead and did some crazy moves this offseason. I'm looking at their starting defense now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 of their starting 11 didn't even play on their team last year. So they did this. The AFC East is doing this to their teams because they have to compete with the Buffalo Bills. I don't think they've done enough. I expect this offense just to be able to they learned from their mistake in the second half against Green Bay about trying to do too much. They're just going to go back into their game plan, do their thing, and put up a lot of points and yards this week. I think this is going to be one of those things that you're going to realize how ahead of the game the Buffalo Bills are in comparison to the rest of these AFC East teams.
I like it. Jerry, what do you got? Offensively, what are you looking for out of this game?
I'm looking for Allen to get his calm back. And my X factor is actually the offensive line. I know we'll get to it later, but and I think they're going to protect Allen so he doesn't have to scramble as much. And I think he's going to chill out and have a high completion percentage game. And I think this offense is just going to get back in the groove. Cook is coming into his own. His flashes this past week are just simply amazing. Singletary's running the ball better. So I'm just thinking, I look for another flawless game, seven possessions, 7 touchdowns.
Oh,
damn. Nothing for Hines. They're saying he's flying in. He's probably playing this weekend.
It's all going to start to mesh.
All right.
Throw him out there.
Mav, you got anything you're looking at on this offense going into this weekend?
Honestly, I think a big part this weekend is just no turnovers. I think when you're playing the Jets, they got Zach Wilson, whoever you got, Milf Hunter, Joe Flacco. They got 9 touchdowns, 8 interceptions as that on their offense. So as long as we don't give them a short field, we make them go down the field, chances are they're probably going to make mistakes. We should be able to handle them relatively easily as far as from a defensive standpoint. So I would say just don't give them the short fields.
Yep.
And just, like I said, play your game. It was really, I mean, there's no reason they should lose this game either. To be, what are they, 13-point favorites? Something like it's warranted. I mean, the last week they probably should have been 13-2. I think Rodgers brought it down like 2-3 points because he's Aaron Rodgers. But, you know, Wilson's not going to have that, like, cachet to be able to do that. So go Bills. They're going to roll them. They really are. This is going to be a laugher, I think.
I hope so. Yeah. I love a blowout, man.
Freaking dogs are going crazy over here.
So are mine.
Mine too. Goose, what are you thinking about this offense going in this weekend?
For me, you know, this weekend, I just want to see him. You know, obviously, I want to see Josh calm down a little bit with the interceptions. I want to see him not take their foot off the gas with the run game. You know, commit and run it down their throat. I don't want to see him, you know, backing off after the third quarter. Lay on it to the end of the game. You know, 4 quarters in the game and play all 4 quarters. Put the points on the board, you know, and show us what we're going to be, you know, what we're going to be looking at. That's what I want to see. I want to see him beat the shit out of the Jets. That's about it.
Everyone against Sauce Gardner too. That's what you want.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right.
Forget that guy.
Who's Oscar? Yeah, I think it's if they can find that balance, if they can really commit to this run game like they are, they also are the only team in the NFL that's had over 100 rushing yards every game this season.
I saw that stat. That was crazy.
Yeah, which we think of it, we're always looking for a running back. We got another running back today, all this stuff. And that was a big problem for them last season. But I don't know, they're balancing it out. I mean, that new look line that they have, everything seems to be gelling. I think what needs
Who's our leading rusher right now?
It's Singletary.
It's Singletary, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, barely, but
I was thinking it was somebody else. I was thinking it was Josh. As long as it's
Singletary's
did
got
have it.
71 carries, 323. Allen has 53 for 306. So we got 17 yards on Allen right now.
so.
But
Let's-
Allen was
change that.
leading for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
He was the leading rusher for 4 weeks.
Mhm. Yeah, I think if you find that balance and you keep pushing that way, I like how they're using Singletary right now, man. I like that they're leaning on him. I like that we talk about it on the show all the time. He's playing exactly the same way he's played for like the last couple of years here. He's a good back. He keeps his feet turning. He knows what to do in what situation to try and get you as many yards as possible. And now you have a better line in front of him. He's able to get more yards, do more things. And you don't really have to run Josh as much, except for in those critical times where there's nothing else going on, nothing else is working. You can open it up each way. He's smarter about running, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see with Hines. Like you said, I don't want to see Cook be inactive a bunch of weeks because I don't really see him dressing 4 running backs going into each game here. But I don't know. Maybe you take it off somewhere else. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You think they'd play Hines this weekend?
They're talking about it. He's supposed to be in Buffalo tonight. He's supposed to be at practice tomorrow.
Man, I'm excited. I want it to be Sunday. Let's go.
I need a football. I need to hold a football too. I think you're
have
onto
to.
something, Chaz.
Otherwise, I knock stuff over. Otherwise, I constantly hold his beer.
And it's gone.
So
No, I see them giving him a week first, and then I think you'll see him sprinkled in here or there. But yeah, you're right, Swank. Are they going to take a position somewhere else and activate one of those guys just so we can have those 3 guys out there? Who knows? We'll see what the Bills do.
No, maybe with Trey being back, they won't think that they need to be quite as deep at cornerback or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
Like I mentioned before, Hines has done kick returns before. So do they keep a receiver off and bring him in?
Maybe Shakir they did.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Dude, you're all about the evil villain laugh tonight.
It's Halloween's over.
Now it's Christmas time.
It's Thanksgiving, bro. No,
Oh,
it's
no.
Thanksgiving. It's
Thanksgiving
not
first.
Christmas.
Christmas.
God. Just kidding. Do you guys need another character for your show? Can
No.
we dress Jerry up or something?
We got one. His name's Charlie. I know he's watching the show right now.
I've seen Charlie.
Charlie's awesome. He got the Buffalo Bills done in his head, then he sweat, and it's gone.
Damn sweat.
All right. Well, defensively, going up against the MILF Hunter in this offense, is there anything, anything on this offense that really scares us? The Jets' offense. I mean,
no, their third down rate sucks too. I don't know if you guys saw this. Their 33% conversion rate on third down. It's like 20 something in the league. You judge an offense based on how they play in those tough situations. Listen, what are the Jets, 5-3?
Yeah.
They've got some fortunate breaks along the way. They're ranked 22nd, 23rd in third down, whereas the Bills are 50th percent. They're ranked number 2. That's why we're 6-1. That's also why they're about to be 5-4.
Yeah.
So 7-1. So come on, we got this.
I love it. Yeah. I mean, the run game, right? That's all they got, really.
That's it.
Yeah. And their big guy, Brees Hall, is out for the season, so they're looking at Carter. And
Well, they just picked up.
James Robinson's over there too from Jacksonville. He could be a threat.
They got some good special teams too. Their defense plays pretty good. So you just have, like I said, just limit your turnovers. Don't give them a short field. They should win.
Yeah.
Who's their linebacker? Mosley. Mosley always plays well against the Bills. So
Yeah,
I know he's
like top 3 in tackling this year.
Yeah. So he's a threat in the middle. He always is a game changer for that Jets defense.
Sure, Salah's a defensive-minded coach. I mean, I think really, like the Jets are a group a bit with the Giants. Like, they're not as good as they look. Or
they're not as good as the record is, for sure. I think that every time I see that record, I can't believe it.
Yeah. It's a pretend
I don't
thing.
fear the Giants or the Jets.
No, I think definitely where we are now in the structure of the NFL, like, A, there shouldn't be any team that we're scared of, but B, like, definitely not those teams. Like, the records are just, like, crazy misrepresentations of a lot of teams, I feel like. I know people will probably disagree with me about the Eagles. I think the Eagles are a good team. I think they're a solid team. I still don't think they've played anywhere near the level of opponent to, like, justify the hype that's around them. I watched them methodically go down the field against, like, average teams, and they're young. They haven't been in those positions. I wonder what's going to happen. Like, it reeks to me like first round knockout.
Late season blow up. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think the first playoff game they're done. You know, I just don't think they can handle it because once you get there and you haven't been there, all this little cute shit just doesn't matter. You know, so
49ers.
I don't hate on the Eagles, you know.
No, me neither.
I'm not an Eagle hater. You know, I'm a Shady fan, so whatever. As long as we're not playing them, but I agree. I don't think they're up to the, you know, they're not the team that you look at when you see that record. That's
Yeah, so if you want me to list them off really quick, they got pretty much stomped by no, wait, let's see. The Eagles beat the Lions, the Vikings, the Commanders, the Jaguars, the Cardinals, and the Cowboys and the Steelers.
So that's not really tough teams.
Yeah. So
yeah, I mean, I think like
me.
early on in that schedule, like what was the week 2 opponent? That was one that stuck out to me.
Jaguars.
Week 2 was the Vikings.
So it's early on in the season. You know, I don't know. Like, have you figured your shit out yet? And I think the Vikings actually fall in this category too. Like, I think they're okay. I think that they got, you know, good elements. But the thing is, you still have Kirk Cousins as your quarterback. So I don't know.
NFC's
Mike, I think you just like the Bills, bro.
I only like the Bills, man. No other teams, bro.
He's gone through every team. Basically, every team, unless they're on this logo, sucks.
This is what this show is, dude. I shit on every single other team.
Who do the Bills play this week? Who cares? They're gonna win it.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
See, people
doesn't matter. We'll trash them.
People call us homers because we always pick the Bills each week, and you know, you look back and like, really, we've only been wrong one game. So I don't know.
At least this year,
right? The Sun beat them in that game too. I mean, let's call it big.
Yeah, dude. I was telling my wife, like, unless it's an act of God, like complete crazy sun or like a hurricane, like the Bills will win.
New England.
Matter.
And it was, right? Wasn't there a hurricane or something coming towards Miami just happened in Florida and fucking 100 degrees?
Yeah.
The stars aligned for the Dolphins that day.
Sons of bitches.
And all you saw was Tua sitting on the sidelines like this, getting the win.
Listen, we'll get them. They're coming to Orchard Park in December. Just don't give them heat on the sidelines.
I love it.
I think they're in charge of bringing their own heaters, though. I think that's part of the rules.
I think whoever's on one side, whatever they have, the other side has to have. That's like a rule, I think. All the owners agreed to. So if you got heated benches, they need to have heated benches.
Oh, I got you.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I think so. I think the shade thing at the stadium, that sucks. Like, I know you want any advantage that you want, but that's like, hey, man, let's give your whole team heat stroke. And, like, that'll be a fair game. That'll be good.
Yep.
But, all right, so we're going to go around, do score predictions and a bold prediction. I'm going to start with my boy Scott, and we'll go around in a circle here. And
Score predictions. I think the Bills get it. The offense gets it right. Like I said, that second half wasn't all that sharp. I think they're going to pull their shit together. I'm going 42 points. I do every week, it seems like. And I don't see the Jets scoring much more than 10. So 42-10. Zach Wilson's throwing the ball 50-something%, getting sacked twice a game and throwing 2 interceptions a game. And this Buffalo Bills defense is better than any defense that he's faced. So It'll be a bad day for Zach Wilson. Bold prediction? Russo and Von Miller combined for 4 sacks.
Nice.
Damn.
Nice.
Down.
He's going to need some tender loving care from some elderly women after this. Goose, what do you got for a score prediction and a bold prediction for this game?
For me, I think the Bills are going to put some points up. I think the Jets will not put points up, maybe a couple. I think it's comfortable for me. I'll go 31-7 Bills. Jets will put 7 points up. Bold prediction is my boy Gabe Davis is back in action, and I'm going to say he gets 3 touchdowns.
Ooh.
No, going with Gabe Davis. Come on. I never would have guessed that.
You seen what happened last weekend? He's got something to prove this weekend. A couple drops. That's not like him.
Yeah. I like it.
Leave my boy Gabe alone, Maverick.
He's your boy. I'll give him that.
That'll win you a lot of money in FanDuel, DraftKings, and Caesars for sure. 3 touchdown game.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Next time we have you guys on, I got to know to get to Goose last so that we can all pick Gabe Davis for bold predictions before this one. Mav, what do you got?
I got 30-17 Bills, and the only reason I got him at 17, I think a garbage touchdown. I think it's going to be 30-10, and then, Milf Hunter will do his thing, throw a touchdown at the end. Probably like Corey Davis, somebody like that. Bold prediction. I think Hines gets in the end zone. Welcome to Buffalo, scores a touchdown in this game.
Wow.
I like it.
They'll love it.
There you go.
Of the year.
And then he gives the ball to Gabe Davis.
Thanks for being such an inspiration to me.
Can Gabe be involved?
Yeah, Gabe Davis.
Bold prediction. Diggs pulls barbecue sauce, his own sauce, out of the goalpost.
Yeah, dude. He hollowed it out the night before.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
You cause a TO moment at that point. That'd be cool.
I love it. Jerry,
Bills
what do you got,
Mafia
buddy?
will erupt if now scores. I have a score. I said that the Buffalo Bills offense will be flawless this weekend, so 49-10. And I have a bold prediction that did you guys know that the Buffalo Bills have not forced a fumble yet this year on their defense?
Oh, really?
They'll get their first
really?
fumble. They'll get their first forced fumble on
I
defense.
don't think that's right.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh.
That check. Someone's got to look it up. Rob
Matt,
Mullen.
I'm going to
Matt.
challenge you. I think
You
that
shouldn't be here for this, Matt.
It might be it might be the fumble recovery.
didn't Boogie force a fumble?
Did it get recovered?
I don't know.
I read somewhere today. That's why I made the
This
prediction
awkward
today.
pause is brought to you by FLX
Anyway,
Mafia.
let's skip right over that and say Cook or Singletary will get a running touchdown over 50 yards.
Oh, damn.
Wow. Over 50 yards.
Holy,
I like it.
holy.
We just totally forgot about that fumble comment, didn't we?
All right, so
Nope.
we're going to go double bold because maybe I'm wrong. But,
You have to have your producers.
yeah. Hey,
Can you
can
do
you,
a
guys,
stat
can you
check
guys
for me?
check on that? Thanks. We got somebody to check it out. All right. For me, myself over here, I am saying that the Buffalo Bills are going to push themselves up over 40. I'm going 42-6. And that 6 points is not a missed extra point. That is 2 field goals. I have no respect for this Jets offense, especially not against the number 1 defense in the NFL right now. And my bold prediction is that Shakir is active. Shakir gets a TD. Gets himself a little TD.
Nice.
Yeah,
Here.
I think that'd
I like
be
it.
nice. Be nice. So,
I'd like to see him out there.
yeah, man. I don't know. I think he needs it, right?
Plays the foot. Yeah, he needs it.
We're talking about potential roster rearranging and stuff like that, actives, inactives, and I really want him to be active, and I think he needs as many opportunities from now until they make those tough choices to figure out what they're gonna do. So hopefully catch a touchdown. Have a good day. Stay on the
Good day.
Joe Namath going to be there in the fur coat? What do you think?
I hope so. Over under on how many cigarettes he smokes.
So I have the stats right here. We have 3 fumble recoveries, but there's no stat line for forced fumble. Nobody has a forced fumble, and this is on ESPN. This is on ESPN.
They're not just dropping the ball
Also,
themselves.
these people are just
Anybody can update that. That's like your Wikipedia.
yeah.
Forced fumble 0.
Wiki spin.
Do you have
zeros? Forced fumble.
Oh boy. Okay,
All
Jared.
right.
Hold on, I got a magic 8 ball. Let me check.
I have been wrong before. Pro Football Reference kind of screwed me over, but hey,
That wasn't a big deal, though, right?
no. Just one of my favorite players called me out on it.
Have you guys heard that story?
You're about
I have
to.
this beautiful autograph by Cornelius Bennett, and I have 2 of his cards when he was wearing number 55 and 97. And I put on Twitter one of my favorite pieces, right? And I listed out the stat line that I got from Pro Football Reference, and then Cornelius Bennett went on there because I said 1 All Pro. He said 3. I was like, shit. I'm gonna go by what he says.
You're getting called out by the player, man.
Yeah.
Cornelius Bennett, one of my favorites.
That's awesome.
As I said, we didn't see Jarrod for like 2 weeks after that.
Guy, I hid for a while.
Pulled his curtains.
I misspoke.
Son of a bitch.
Damn typos.
Autocorrect. Yeah.
All right, we
My
do
kid typed.
Yeah, my kid wrote that.
Wiki ESPN.
Yeah.
So we do a couple pick'ems here at the end of the show, and
Is it over?
it's getting close, man. Actually,
We made it.
it's 9:06, and here we go, folks. We're in overtime. That's right. We're in overtime at that K-Gun Report with super fans, Bills, Maverick, and Bills Goose. We just went through last week's game, this week's game, all this crazy shit that happened with the trade deadline. Now we're going to do some pick'ems, a little final thought, and get the hail out of your hair. If you look below me, you're going to see the Phantomonium pick'em records. And if you're looking at the top, you're probably sick of seeing my name sitting there. 33-11. That's right. Take out your 401ks, go to FanDuel, and get a pen because Swank's on fire, dude. He's just on fire. You could retire tomorrow. Scott's there with 27-17. And Jarrod's down in the basement. He's creeping back up. Got a little bit better of an average. 25-19. So, not too
Jarrod, you got
shabby.
right where you want him, buddy.
Yep.
Yeah, you're creeping right back up, slow and steady, bud.
But you guys have to remember that I'm the one that keeps track of the wins and losses. And Swank questioned me on this last year because I was doing well. So I can always creep one in there and sneak one
I
away.
also caught that the math didn't add up for all of us one time, and I was like, "Hey, buddy."
Doing better this year.
Creeping up the backside.
All right. So we got Colts at Patriots, Sunday 1:00 game. Go ahead, Scott.
Well, the Colts got a brand new running back in Zach Moss. No, I'm just kidding.
So they're going to be minus 20 points.
They're playing at the Patriots. I'm going to give the Patriots the edge on this one.
Ooh. Mav, what do you think?
That's the easy one. I got the Patriots. Rookie quarterbacks against Belichick at home. I'd take the Pats with the points too. Was it 6? Not that we're just doing pick 'em. Was it 5.5 or 6? Something like that.
I don't have the spread right here.
I'd take the Pats either way, whatever the line is too. I'd still take them. Belichick against those rookie quarterbacks at home, it doesn't go very well for him.
No.
Right.
What do you got, Goose?
I'm going to take the Patriots too, I think. As much as I can't stand even saying that, I got to take the Patriots. So, the Colts think they got something in Zach Moss, so they're probably happy right now, but there's no way they're going to go in. They're playing at Foxborough, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
No way they're going to go in there and take care of business over Belichick. I think New England will take care of them.
Jerry,
I don't think Zach Moss would be sprinkled in there at all.
I think he's going to be the lead back. I think they benched him.
I think you give it right to him right away.
If he is, that would be, I wouldn't be shocked.
You want me to go or you want to go, Jerry?
I'll go with the Colts. Colts are winning this game.
Oh, well, that's easy. I'll go Patriots. That's fine.
Lone wolf it like NFL.
Oh!
Hey, man, it's worked out for him so far.
Catching a little bit at a time.
All right, let's see here. We got Dolphins at Bears, another 1 o'clock game.
I'm
I'm
going to go with Miami.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm just going to bet with Miami.
I like it.
That's
I hate
it.
them so much.
No more questions.
That's it.
I'll even put money on it. I'll spend $10 and lose it if they lose.
The
All
Bears are throwing in the towel. They got rid of their number one defensive edge rusher, old guy Robert Quinn, and Rokon Smith, their stud linebacker. They just got rid of 2 of their defenders. Dolphins takes this one again, being dealt a nice little hand for each week, it seems like. Dolphins.
Mav, what you got?
I think we're gonna have a clean sweep here. Dolphins. I don't even think it's. I think that's gonna be another one. I think AFC East is gonna roll this week, minus the Jets.
Poor
But
Jets.
yeah, this one, really.
You going Dolphins, Goose? He doesn't want to.
I don't wanna.
Yeah.
I don't wanna, man. But yeah, the Dolphins are probably gonna take it. I got to go with you guys. I got to roll with it and go with the Dolphins. I think the AFC is gonna roll this week.
Yep.
Yeah, damn it. I'm going to go Dolphins, too.
Ah!
I almost didn't.
I was, but I wasn't.
I was, but then I didn't.
Is it too late to switch?
Smart move. What are you gonna do?
Nothing. All right,
Bitch
let's
about it.
see. We got a couple toilet bowls here. Raiders at Jaguars. Another 1 o'clock game. I'll go ahead and say Jags. That'll be my vote.
Yeah, I'm going to go Jags too. Raiders are a surprise team that hasn't won a game. I can't get over it. I really can't get over that, and it's disappointing. Jaguars.
Where? Jacksonville or
Yeah,
Vegas?
they're in
at
Jacksonville.
I guess Jacksonville because the home team. Yeah, that's a rough one though.
Jacksonville.
Zero. That might end in a tie.
Could.
Yeah.
It'd be
That'll
like
be one
2-2.
3. Yeah. It's the lowest tie possible.
Both offenses just went backwards the whole game. It's 2-2.
Yeah, just safeties. You in with the Jags there, Goose?
Yeah, is Derek Carr going to wear eyeliner? If Derek Carr doubles up on the eyeliner, I say Raiders got a shot. If he cancels the eyeliner for the game, I'll roll with the Jags.
Wow. Something about that.
I'll be
eyeliner.
watching, Derek. I'll be looking.
I
Watch
got
his
the Raiders winning
Instagram
this one.
stories for fashion tips.
Go Raiders.
All right, let's see. One more here.
We got one more. Lions versus Packers. Who would have thought that would have been a toilet bowl game?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's going to be a sweep, though, too. I like
They both lose.
Yeah, they both just lose.
Who you thinking, Swank?
Who loses worse?
Oh, here we go. This will be a close one, I think. Rams at Bucks.
Oh, I'd take Rams.
I'm going Rams.
Fuck the Bucks.
Just that nowhere, getting aggressive.
I'm Brady.
Fork him.
Fuck 'em.
I'll go Rams too. I'm going Rams.
Mav?
Brady's a free man now, guys. I'm gonna go contrarian here. I'm going Brady.
I'm going Bucks,
he?
too, bro.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hey.
He's
He's
free
got all
last
that
week.
extra testosterone. He's finally going to be able to pursue all the male relationships that he's wanted to all
Yeah,
these
I
years.
was just thinking he'll give it away. He's not going to keep that. He'll throw it around. Hey, dude, what's happening?
I like your Uggs.
I like your Uggs.
I like your
bet
Ugg boots.
Can we both fit into those Uggs?
Now that supermodel wife of mine's out of the way.
Don't you guys love the fact that the GOAT is, if he continues to play, he's going to throw away his legacy in his last couple seasons in the NFL?
What an
Don't you
idiot.
I love it.
Only a guy.
What an idiot. He could be on a yacht somewhere right now eating grapes with his supermodel wife, but no, he wanted to come back and play another year.
Dude, it's sad.
Bye, Tom.
If it was anybody else, I'd say it's sad.
It is. He could have went out on top.
Yeah.
I mean, you hate to see anybody's marriage and family get destroyed like this, but I mean, it just shows a lot about Tom Brady. And for anybody that was on the fence with him, Now you're seeing a little bit of true colors with him, and
Well, he had his chance to retire and be with his family, and he wanted to come back and be with a bunch of guys.
Yep.
multiple
Right.
times.
Right.
Dad of the year.
Hey, now he put a picture out where he went trick or treating with his kids. I mean, he's a pretty good dad, man.
Yeah.
I think he actually was taking the picture because
It's all about picture. It's all about the pictures.
yeah, it's all about the pictures, man. It's how you portray yourself. That's all.
Yeah. He's like a Bucks super fan.
All right, guys. I think here we are, 9:15. We
Wow.
had a good time with you guys tonight. Thanks so much. You're welcome anytime.
Hell yeah.
And
Yeah,
please,
thanks for having us on, man. That was awesome.
Hell yeah, man. Goose, why don't you give us a little final thought and let everybody know where they can find you on social media and all that stuff.
You know what? My final thought is, I think the Bills are heading in the right direction. I have no idea. It's been a long day for me. My final thought is I'm ready for this game this weekend. I hope they keep the pedal down. I want to see Diggs put some points up. I want to see Gabe put some points up, right, Maverick? Curious to see who's going to be running the ball this weekend. But I know the Bills will take care of business. And you can find us on Facebook. Maverick, where can they find us on Facebook? You're our social media man.
Bills Maverick. So go ahead, get to that page. We're going to have Bill's dad on tomorrow night for the show. Probably Charlie, too. Maybe the hair's grown back at this point. Maybe it hasn't. Who knows? Tune in. And Goose, make sure. My final thought for you, buddy. I'm going to make sure you have cake tomorrow night because you were on edge tonight, man.
I am not only going to have cake, but I'll make sure there's no sleeves on my shirt tomorrow night when I hop on it.
Ladies,
Next time we have you guys on, we will all go sleeveless.
Yes.
We just have to shave the arm hairs. That's all right here.
Not me, man.
there it is.
No, we had a blast. I appreciate you guys having us on. It was awesome.
Hell yeah, man. Anytime.
We had a great.
Really? We'll be back next week. Awesome. What time?
What time?
8 o'clock
You're
every
still
Tuesday.
on the show.
Oh, you know what time it is. You're still there.
You're still here. You're here right now. Jerry, what do you got for the people tonight?
Put the bong down, Goose.
Jair?
What had happened?
What had happened was
He's
He
decent.
ran past me, caught the ball.
what's Jared doing?
Can't hear what you're doing.
Can you hear that?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There it is. Nice job,
There you
buddy.
There you go.
Locked.
Wow, that was
All right.
that was a lot for a bet, buddy. That was
Yeah,
good.
you guys, thank you for coming on. Like I said, we'll have you guys back on next time you guys are on. We'll do the sleeveless thing.
Definitely.
But just Bills fans, this is going to be a long ride. We had our bye week early this year, so just sit back, relax, enjoy the ride. There's going to be a lot of up and down still. We still got 11 games until the playoffs start. So enjoy the ride. Yeah, man, just an exciting time to be a Bills fan. I can't wait to watch the game finally again at 1:00 this Saturday again, or this Sunday against the New York Jets, and hopefully we take care of business to go 7-1 and remain on top of that AFC East. And then we'll come back and we'll see you guys all Tuesday for the K-Gun Report Season 3, Episode 34. Go Bills, guys.
Wow.
Go Bills.
Wow. Love that the flight school joined us. Thank you, Maverick. Thank you, Goose. Had a great time. Like we've implied. We'll do it again. We got a 1:00 game. I know we had a bye weekend and a Sunday night football game. I'm a huge fan of the 1:00 games. 11 straight weeks of football. Like Jarrod said, enjoy the ride. Catch us on Sunday sessions at 11:30. Our pregame show that Swank and I and Ryan Thomas from the Thomas Take Sportscast does. Ryan Thomas. But guys, we love doing this with you guys, and keep an eye out for next week's show because we will be spinning that Fandemonium Wheel of Destiny to see who wins this
Beautiful.
crucial catch jersey. If you left a comment today, you're entered. So thank you to the fans that watch, and keep an eye out on 24/7 Buff Fandemonium's page for sure. Go Bills.
Good job. Well, kids, thanks so much for commenting and participating and sharing and being a part of this live stream podcast that we've been doing for damn near 100 episodes. I'm going to have to go through and count each season,
Wow.
but we got to be close to 100
Awesome.
now over the last
Wow.
3 years. So it's been a long ride, and it's been awesome, and we get to meet great people like these dudes. And I don't know, man. Every week I say it, just enjoy where you're at, enjoy these games, enjoy this team. This time, unfortunately, it doesn't last forever. And if you go back and you think about where you were about 10 years ago with this team and where you are right now, sometimes we forget to appreciate stuff when we're in it. So appreciate the shit out of these games, man, and this team. And Josh Allen's your quarterback for like the next 27 years, and that's amazing. So you can follow us online, Facebook, Instagram, tweets, Twitch. You can check out this show every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the K-Gun Report. Appreciate you guys joining us. Appreciate you guys being a part of the K-Gun. Go Bills.
Thanks, guys.
Go Bills.
Go Bills!
Yeah.
Go Bills!
This is a dangerous group